Hello, all my peeps. It is Preston here, also as Godzilla Hawk, and I'm also here with.
Captain Asshole, what's up, all you retard monkeys?
Wow, a different catchphrase this time.
You. You guys too.
No. So today, as you've been noticing, I've been doing all the Jurassic Park movie reviews to get to this point today for Jurassic World. Now, keep in mind, I want to let you guys know we are doing Money in the Bank live reactions and a review later. They will be posted up later. But for now, we're going to do Jurassic World because we want to get dealt with on time so we can do Money in the Bank before it starts. So far, I want to kind of give our thoughts about this. Overall, first, was it good or was it bad?
We have to define one thing about this review. We're keeping it short and sweet, and we're going to cut as many, any forethought out of it. We don't want you guys to have any spoilers in this.
Yeah, we're going to try not to spoil it because we know there's been a lot of spoilers out there, and for those of you that haven't seen it, we don't want you spoiling it. They'd be like, oh, they ruined that ending. But you might predict some of the stuff if you've seen the trailer. You can predict some of it. Some of it did happen. But anyways,
so, go ahead. Get this rolling. How did you feel about it?
First of all, I want to make something very clear. I've known about this movie coming out since I was like 8 or 9 years old. I knew that they were in production. I've waited that long, and now I'm 19. I would say about almost 10, 11 years after they finally started making this movie. It got uploaded finally in theaters. Now, the question of the day was this film worth waiting or was it not? Again, a lot of people have mixed reactions about it, and everybody's entitled to your opinion, and that's fine because this movie does have its ups, but it has its downs as well because every movie has it. There's no such thing as a perfect movie. But what I want to get to...
Yeah, there is. It's called porn. Yeah.
But, yeah, so... What did I think about overall, though, besides we'll get to a point later, I'm going to say it was good. It was not amazing. It was not excellent. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because it's Jurassic Park. I'm going to say it was good. It was a great film. But it was still not the best Jurassic Park. It's the best is still Jurassic Park, the very first one. But does that mean this movie was terrible? No, it was not terrible. It's like The Lost World. Like, even though a lot of people hated that movie, I personally thought it was good, even though it had a lot of major flaws. Same thing with this movie. It had some flaws, but overall, it was still very good. So, first of all, I want to go ahead and talk about the casting. We'll talk about Chris Pratt. I thought he did a great job in this movie. He's always got that great, serious, emotional attitude, but he's also got that humor that we all like. I thought he was very good in the role. He had some very good one-liners. He almost felt like Schwarzenegger, like kind of coming up with some like one-liners. What kind of dinosaur have they cooked up now? If we're doing this my way. It's like he was almost like Schwarzenegger catchphrase. It was kind of cheesy and cliched, but it made it so cool at the same time. So, like I said, Chris Pratt did a very good job in my opinion. So, what about you? What did you think about Chris Pratt?
He did a pretty good job. I gotta say they could have cast a lot of people that would have ruined this movie for that part. But yes, they did a pretty good job on it. My
personal preference.
My personal view about the movie was, again, just like him. Yes, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna say it's a hit or a miss. I was expecting epicness about this movie for how long we had to wait for it, and it wasn't. It was a bit of a letdown on the scale of what they could have done, what they've done in the past. For me, I'd say it's a 7.9 at best. But was it good? Yes. Was it worth seeing? Definitely. Will I see it again in theaters again? Maybe. It depends. It'd be very situational. However, will it have been the collection? More than likely. Without giving away spoilers, dudes, it's a.
We don't want to give away spoilers, but I do want to talk about a little bit about the movie. I don't just want to give a grade. I want to explain kind of like why I liked it. First of all, again, this is just a personal pet peeve this is one of the letdowns for me. Not the fact that they barely use any practical effects. I think there was only one scene they used it. I'm sorry, that's just a huge letdown for me because every Jurassic Park movie had a lot of practical effects where they're like split. You had CGI and practical. This one focused more on CGI. Does that mean the CGI was terrible? No, but it was decent at best, but it wasn't like groundbreaking like we saw in the first one. I just wish it kind of would have made it a little bit better if you put more practical to kind of get the more Jurassic Park feeling to it. And also kind of surprised the fan thinking, wow, they did something different. We haven't seen this in years. You know, it's like something like that. Kind of change it up a little bit. I've always said this. I don't mind CGI if you do it right, but if you keep doing it over and over again, that's what it is. You're just looking at a computer effect. It's not impressive rather than see it in practical. That's my personal preference. And a lot of people do feel that way too. But that's besides the point. Now, like I said, overall, how about the new dinosaur? I think that's one of the things I think people want to talk about was the new dinosaur, the Adonis Rex. I'll let you start off with this one because we got quite a bit to talk about on this one.
I think they did an excellent job. I have no complaints about this particular animal. They were very thorough in the way they made it. The character of the actual creature was just, it was good. It was very predatorial. You know, you got the feel of it definitely being the chaos factor in the movie. Unpredictable, and just like watching Chucky pops out of nowhere every time. So it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I like the fact how they kind of use this in the movie. I liked it how they still had the T-Rex logo for Jurassic World, like in the last movie where they had the
Jurassic Park.
Well, no, Jurassic Park 3, where they used the Spinosaurus because he was more than a villain. But here they used an actual T-Rex, but they kind of made it silver and white, so it kind of indicated maybe they're talking about the T-Rex or maybe the Adonis Rex in a sense. But that's another thing that people were wondering. Like I said, just a little heads up. There are two returning characters. Obviously, you know one that was the scientist from the very first one, and then yes, the T-Rex does make the appearance at the very end. But I'm not gonna give anything away about that particular scene. But
also keep in mind when you're watching this film, it's not a a giveaway. It's more of a small tease. Pay attention to what they do with the scientist when he leaves. Pay attention to what happens, because as far as I'm concerned, we're opened up for one more Jurassic Park.
And the fact that you were telling me, because you said your roommates went to see it during, I think, opening night or like the premiere, and you said like the last like day and a half they already made like $100 million or something.
The first, if you do the first 3 hours and combine it with the first 24 hours it was out, because they actually released this movie 3 hours early. They released at 9 o'clock on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. Their grossing was over $100 million, which is the highest of all time. Not surprising. I just hope it turns out for everybody.
Well, and in fact, this is good too, because that means this definitely gives out for possibility to do another sequel, because that's always the main factor. If they're going to do a sequel, they gotta make sure the first film does good in the box office, because if it doesn't, then they can't use that money to pay off for them doing the next movie. So there's no point. But the fact that from what I'm hearing, and what I've seen from Brandon and from what I've heard from everybody, I think there could be a possibility of a sequel. And I think this would be a good opportunity to kind of maybe try to listen to the critics online and kind of the fans and kind of see maybe they could do something else. Maybe try to change some things up. Like, don't get me wrong, we love the dinosaur thing, but again, it's kind of still the same storyline with that we've seen. It's just people stuck on an island. The difference is this park actually works. It's actually been functioning for years. And so that's what I kind of like about it. It's a little different to kind of see the park actually open now.
I do believe the year that they actually do make the next Jurassic Park movie will also be the year that we get the second Star Wars movie, and then we'll also be getting, hopefully, if anybody's listening, Ron Perlman will get his way like we all want and get the third Hellboy movie.
That we've been waiting for years.
Not including the animated films. Trust me, I'm a big fan of the animated ones too.
We want the live action
movies. I'm talking about live action films, because Ron Perlman's not going to last much longer in films like that where he has to be a little bit more physically active. He's getting his age.
And plus, if he's going to be a new Pacific Rim movies coming out, I mean, you know that you can tell he's basically, but you can tell that he wants to do Hellboy 3 for fans. But that's besides the point. We could do that another time. Well,
where's my shoe?
Yeah, Pacific Rim 2 and Pacific Rim 3 are coming out very soon. I think number 2 is coming out 2017, so that's in a couple more years. But besides the point is, where some of the characters good, Yes. Were some of the characters kind of bland and forgettable?
Yes.
Were some of the effects good, or at least somewhat watchable? Yes. Did some of the stuff kind of look fake? Yes. Were the visuals very good? I say the visuals were pretty good. I liked it too. It was kind of more colorful too. It felt like you're almost like a complete Jurassic Park, and that's why I like it. And like I said, you're gonna find a whole bunch of Easter eggs in this, and what I mean by that is you're gonna see a lot of stuff that, unless you've seen the first movie, then you probably might not get the references in the movies. But there was a lot of references to the first movie,
Yeah.
So pay attention. I actually had to tell this guy a few things, and he got the idea right off the bat. I was like, so stay tuned for that. So keep watching. So yeah, he gets a 7.9, which was I would say like a C plus. I'd probably give it like a B minus, so like an 8.8, or I'm sorry, not 8.8, 8.0. So just one little point higher than his, but that's just, like I said, it's good, not great.
And it's because we expected an epicness about it, and I honest to God, I think you guys will all agree with me on this one, including you. They definitely downplayed the Rex's roar. That was a big downplay. The first movie, Jurassic Park, when you had the T-Rex roar, you felt the ground shake. You heard his roar. It wasn't that strong in this movie. It definitely was not that strong in this movie. It did not have the presence of character for the T-Rex.
Well,
and
like
that really not. I mean, I could knock a full point and a half off just for that. And it kind of ruined the whole thing for me for that particular Rex.
I mean, just think about it. I mean, because the T-Rex wasn't the star. He didn't show up until the very end. He was only in the movie for like 5-6 minutes.
Well,
so you can kind of understand. But
just,
I can see where you're coming from. Like you wanted more of the T-Rex. You wanted a little bit something more.
No, not more. I mean, like he roared like 4 times on camera on during this movie, and they were weak.
I thought they were awesome. I thought they were good.
We were in the Atmos Theater, the Maya Atmos Theater. I expected my chair to shake something, and it was weak.
I got goosebumps. I honestly was like, oh my god, I saw the T-Rex.
They downplayed the T-Rex, in my opinion. That was bad enough.
No, they didn't really downplay, in my opinion. But I can see where you're coming from. But like I said, and the fact that it was all CGI, but it still looked like a T-Rex, I gotta give him props for that, because I really thought they were gonna completely change his design, and I was kind of like, I really hope they don't do this. I really hope, because he's the star of the movies. You can't do that. But that's just a person. That's just his person. Like I said, these are opinions, but just because we disagree on some things, we can both agree it's a good movie and it is worth watching again. But we both know that the original Jurassic Park will always be the best film by far. Nothing's going to top it. I didn't expect it to be top it. I just expected to see a good movie, and that's what I got. So actually, before we go, I want to come up with one more thing that people were already hating on, was the Raptor training, because that was the big part.
Okay, so Raptor training, I definitely liked what it did, because it did create that theme for that part, for the portion of the movie. They did it. It worked well.
Yeah,
I know that people were like, I was skeptical. I was like, you're going to have this guy ride a motorcycle amongst the Raptors. How else are you going to keep up with them? It wasn't as bad as people put on. So when you go into theaters, look for that to be something new. And it's not as long as you think. It's not like look, he's turning into a Beastmaster or something. It's nothing like that. It's literally going through the predatory stages. It's like training wolves, a wolf pack, training wolves. And you'll see, if you guys ever watch anything on TV, like Discovery Channel, about training wolves, you'll see about the guys in Alaska with their little pack of wolves, or you actually see the Natural Geographic will have a special on them, how wolves hunt in packs, and there's an alpha, and that's what they broke it down into for them, and it works really well. Don't be skeptical about that. Accept it for what it is, and then see it on the letter side saying, hey, this works with the film, and they didn't make it really stupid, like the actors weren't like licking him or anything. It wasn't like that. It actually worked.
And P.S. the Chris Pratt record, they was actually kind of emotional at times. It kind of felt like Chris Pratt's emotions to the record. It's like you could feel they had that connection. And yes, it took a big risk, but I think it did really well. It was a very big risk. This could have killed the movie if it was done wrong. But
one spoiler.
Fine.
I love the fact that all the Raptors were different colors.
Yeah. Well,
excellent. You could identify them individually. Loved it. Worked really well. Good job.
And the raptors themselves were actually pretty cool looking. So they kept to the original, but they had different colors to them. And it wasn't like Jurassic Park 3 where they had those crests on their heads. It was like same raptors, but just different color designs. And like he said, it wasn't like they're all the same color. It was like one was green, one was brown, one was blue, one was like tannish yellow or something like that. So you can identify which one was which. So like I said, that's a big up for that. But that's pretty much it because we got about 5 minutes before a pay-per-view, and we're going to go ahead and get started on live reaction soon. So comment down below, tell me what you think about this video, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And like I said, my live reactions will be up I'd say sometime this week, and we will also be doing a review afterwards. If you don't know, Jeremiah and Jose, we don't know if they're going to be coming. So here's just a little heads up.
So basically, to all you retard monkeys out there, remember, if it's not black and white, peck, scratch, and bite. And in the meantime, don't forget to fly your salute to everybody walking by. Have a good one, and we will see you in a little while.
Yes, we will see you guys in a little bit. So take care, all my peeps, and we'll see you guys in a little bit, and enjoy Money in the Bank.